Hello and welcome. Welcome to our webinar about testing agents or AI testing agents using Playwright and Wopee.io. My name is Marcel and I'm founder of Wopee.io, and I would like to share some story with you and then show you how these AI testing agents could help also to you, or how to introduce maybe first ones into your organization. But before that, let me start with a bit bold statement. Testing is still stuck in 2015. And maybe just let me know in comments whether you agree or not. But when I'm speaking with discussing with other colleagues, some people always complain that we are slow and we still using a lot of manual steps or manual testing, or even the automation is a bit manual because we write a lot of scripts and then we need to maintain them. And some people believe that maybe AI could help and AI could solve this. And I believe that this could be an option, but it's not for everything. And it also has to be properly implemented. So I would like to show you today how this could be done and how AI could help us, and which of the issues we could improve or maybe mitigate some challenges in testing with that. I would like to quickly show you what I would like to walk you through. So I would like to introduce or explain how AI testing agents could work for you, or how it could help you to improve your testing. I would like to also let you follow me through the demo so you can do it, or you can try it yourself as well, not only watching this webinar. Also, I would like to show you how this could be, or at least slightly discuss also how this could be scaled. And also prepare some, I would say, crazy discount for all the webinar attendees. So you can then try it almost for free, try our product. And also I would like to invite you to our bootcamp, which will be organized in upcoming days, and it will take 2 weeks, where you can go deeper into AI testing topics or AI agent testing topics. I believe this is a good webinar or content for people who are interested in AI and testing. Also to the people who write or maintain automated tests, because I believe they could find some interesting ideas how they could maybe improve or benefit from applying AI in their daily work. If you want to also save some time and reduce flakiness, I believe that's also interesting topics which are coming now. And if you are just evaluating new tools or wondering how this could be applied, all these AI ideas, I think this is a good spot to be today. So how it's done in the kind of old way, which I believe is failing. If we would just look at the kind of traditional approaches, we often write manually some scripts and then maintain them. And this is pretty tedious work still. And I think we can use a lot of AI algorithms these days to accelerate this this topic or these activities. So instead of writing scripts and manually update them, you can use the AI to help us to generate the tests and then self-heal them, but not only self-heal them, but actually fully update the test when some application changes will occur. I'll show you soon, but let me maybe draw this. Let me draw this in a bit different way. So if we would if you would imagine that there are certain layers or levels of the maturity of our testing, I remember the times when we were heavily manual, so almost no automation. And when I entered the testing industry in 2004, some of my managers keep asking me whether I could help them to introduce some first test automation. So it's pretty old idea, but we start introducing some scripts to automate the test execution, but it was often heavily about the test execution. But later we found out that this is not enough. So we start introducing some CI/CD pipelines integration, maybe some test data mocking, and all other important activities around the test automation or test execution automation to make it work. But later, we start introducing also some, I would say, a bit more advanced topics, mostly machine learning powered. Later, with Gen AI, we were able to introduce also some more advanced topics as agents. And these days, we are still in this kind of discussion and prototyping phase where we are exploring the idea of agentic and autonomous testing. But to maybe be clear here what I'm talking about, if I'm mentioning here AI augmented testing, often and these days we can use agents to autonomously run our regression testing. But I think we are very close to the stage where we could use agents to run our progressive testing as well. So all the new functionalities will be, or it'll be possible to run these tests fully autonomously. I'll show you soon a few demos. So when we were in our startup at Wopee, we were discussing, or we are dealing with these topics maybe last 3 years and trying to find a way how to do the progressive testing fully autonomously, but not only progressive, but also regression testing. So you probably heard a lot already about one topic. Some people love and some people hate that. It's something like vibe coding. So what we prepared was, and actually I will demo it very soon, is some alternative where it's very similar, where vibe coding is about prompt to code type of activity. We decided we will build something similar so you can prompt what you want to test. And for that, if you navigate to our homepage or website, Wopee.io, then you can see this kind of UI where you can start playing with that. You provide your prompt, you provide your URL, you select your testing framework, and then you just start testing this specific scenario. And later we will create much more test cases so you can run them fully autonomously or automatically without writing any code. I'll go deeper into this idea very soon, but let me maybe just explain a few details about or what's behind. So our agents typically crawl the app or navigate through the app, and you can do it either using our agent or you can bring your own Figma files or any mockups to analyze them. Then we create user stories, and then we cover these user stories with test cases. And at the end, we have scripts written in Playwright, so you can execute them as a traditional tests you were used to before. So this is the approach we follow to generate the tests. And at the end, you are getting the traditional test reports from these agents. So nothing special at the end yet. We will maybe add also another agent for improve the reporting part. But this is very simple principle we follow, or basically 4 steps we follow, and I'll show you soon how it works. And with that, you can simply generate a test in a few seconds, or I would say probably minutes, because it takes some time to process the data before you start the generation of the tests, but then it's super quick. You can also automatically self-heal any logic and also locators of the tests. You can easily integrate this with your CI/CD pipeline, and you can run regression and progression testing with that. But let's maybe jump now directly to the demo to show you how this works. And as I said, it would be great if you could follow me, because I will be jumping between my PowerPoint and live demo. So first, what I would like to ask you is that you navigate to our website, Wopee.io. If you don't know how to write that Wopee.io, it's on the left bottom side on this slide. But now let me jump there and show you how it works. So when you navigate to our website, this is the very first UI you will interact with. You provide a URL and prompt. But to make sure that I don't lose you during my demo, please follow exactly the same steps, because then you can come back to that and play with it later. So what you could do, you can switch between various demo prompts and demo apps. So we will use this e-commerce. And the only thing what we need to do is to click on this test now. Once you have it, you click on GitHub and you start your first project. So what we do first, we create the project on GitHub and also in our backend to make sure that we can start testing. Once the project is created, we spin up AI agent with the prompt provided from the homepage, from the website. And so the agent is now following the script. It will take a few minutes. It depends on the complexity of the app. And once it starts, you can see that we already got it opens the browser and we've got the homepage of the URL we were asking for to test. I will not wait here. I'll show you a few more things until this will finish. So what's happening under the hood? It creates the GitHub repository, as I said, with first run. So the agent is running here, and you can see all the details in the console log. So you can see all the execution, all the interactions, searching for the locators. Even I saw some issues here with interactions. I don't want to analyze it now, but you can see all the details which might be important for you to analyze. But I don't want to wait here to finish that. You can see that the agent was able to fill in the username and password, and from there it add product, and hopefully soon it will navigate to checkout page and finish. I don't want to wait for this. It takes typically 3 to 4 minutes, but let me now move on with the demo. So we will leave this as it is. We will not wait until it will finish. We will come to that later. So let me move back to the live demo. So as I said, we created first project and executed first test to see what is going on there. As I said, also we were able to see in GitHub some detailed analysis, what was going on there with all the details of the steps and so on. So what we will do next, once this finish, we will get the test or set of tests. I will move here to the third step I would like to demo to show you how this works. So when I go back, you can see that we are almost there. The agent was filling out this checkout form, but I won't wait for this. I will use some older demo or I'll use older project. And what happened when this will finish, we will get some application description or application context. What is the application about? So based on the screenshots the AI agent was able to collect, it generates the application context. From there, it generates also the user stories. So this is basically the suggestion, what we should test, and then it creates the tests. And once these tests are created, what I could do is that I just click on this button. This was never executed, so I'll use this one that was already executed. And the first option I could run is running with agent. So what is happening here is that I will trigger this test execution because this test was already generated. I'll show you this one maybe. So this is the test which was generated. There is certain set of steps with all the locators and data which are needed to be executed. So now I can run the agent. I will do it here first to show you how it works. So I basically execute the agent, and what will happen is that this test was already triggered to be executed, and now I should get some first result. So how it will go, once the agent is spin up, I can see some first steps. So these steps will be visually available, and I can see all the details. Again, I will not wait until this agent will be started under the hood, but let's see it here. So this was executed actually on Sunday, and what you could see that it navigates through each and every page, and you can see that, for instance, this username is filled in, and the password, and so on. So this is how it works when you have the test already generated. Let me jump back to the slides because I would like to move on to the fourth one. Once the agent finish, we will get the detailed reports. So if I go back there, you can see the report here is one-to-one to the steps which were generated. If I go here, I could see already first test executed, and I can see that there was some invalid, actually this is a login form validation, invalid credentials. So this looks like it's testing correctly. But what I would like to show you is that we have a list of steps which were generated, and then we have test report with all the steps which were conducted with the status report and so on. So you can get all these details from the report, from the agent, and once you have it and you are happy with the results, then there is a next step. You might notice that the AI execution or AI-powered execution is super simple. We don't need to write any code. Everything is generated, but there are certain challenges. Sometimes agent is too intelligent, so it tries to overcome some issues, even the bugs. And it's also pretty slow. So there is an option how you could run your tests which were already executed and you are happy with. So the alternative option to this is to run it in Playwright. And as I promised at the beginning, I would like to show you how the Playwright works. So once this test is done, what you could do is that you basically just switch here to editing mode, and you can see the details of the code which were generated based on agent run. So once this is done, what you could do, you can either modify the code here if you want to, or just publish it to GitHub. So I basically create a new pull request with a name, I don't know, features, or let's see, demo ABC, and then I create the pull request. So now all the tests which were already executed, which were validated, and I'm happy with that, with them, then it goes to GitHub repository, and from there I can run them as a traditional test automation code where I don't need to use any LLM. You can modify all the details of how this should work, but I don't want to do it now. I will just move back to slides again. Let me move back to the slides. Why I cannot go there? It looks like I lost my slides. No, we are back. So from reports, as I said, then you can modify the Playwright code or work with the Playwright code as you wish. And the next step or another approach or another idea here when you are trying to use Wopee. Actually, maybe I'm too quick for you. I don't know whether you can still follow me. If not, you can do it later. I will share the recording later with you so you can go step by step. I prepared just 7 steps, so it should be super simple. We have 2 more to finish this, but from here, then you can play with it and validate how it would work for you. So let me move on to the second example or second kind of exercise of the workshop. So what you could do is that instead of generating everything from the crawling through the application context to the user stories, you might need to or want to create some tests manually, because you know what you want to test. You don't want an AI to do that, but you maybe would like to benefit from the AI agent to execute the test. In order to do so, it's super simple. Let me just quickly jump back to this screen, and let me see whether I can do it here. Yeah, you click on Add Test. You provide your description. I'll just take this one as a test name. So test product checkout, and then I put all the steps here, and I add that there. So that's it, and now I can execute the test. I don't need to provide any more details. So this is one of the options. Of course, this might be a bit flaky because agent got just very high level instructions. Let me show you a bit more or a bit better way how to do that. I don't want to complete that because it takes some time, but if you really willing to build your own test manually, you can do it in this way. So I'll copy paste the test name again. Maybe I will put there better. And now, instead of putting everything into description, I will put it there just for reference, then we can remove it. So you can see login with valid credentials. You can put all these descriptions like this, or you can keep adding the steps. So first, the login with valid user credentials. That would be probably something like fill username. And I don't want to provide any locator or filament. I just want agent to figure it out. Then I would do fill password. Again, I don't want to do it. I just want to give the agent instruction that it should be filling a tool to be used, and then submit login button. I'm not even providing the text on the button, whether it's submit or login or whatever, but I will say I would like to click on that. And with this kind of approach, you can build your test and then run it, and you can use some tools to validate or assert some functionalities, maybe select something from the list, and so on. And once you have it, basically I can remove this one. I edit, and again, I can execute it. Sometimes people are building a bit kind of crazy stuff, like saying test something or anything. It's not the best description to ask agent to conduct, but it's still possible to do that if you wish. But I would suggest you to be more specific, and then you can run your agent. So this is basically how this could be done when you run or when you create your tests. And I would like to maybe show you one more thing, which might be a bit more, I would say, useful than this tedious work of manual test creation. And this is creating tests from prompts. And how to do that? Let me again jump back to Commander, as we call this our UI, and I will create a user story first. So let me click here at user story. This will be demo 2, because I already, while I was preparing for this one, I prepared my first demo, and then as a user, I want to test checkout process. So as a user, I want to, there is missing test checkout process. So I'll create my demo 2 category and demo 2 user story. And once I have it, should be here. Yeah. What I could do, I can select the user story. In this case, it's user story number 7, right? So I'll select the user story number 7, demo 2 category. And I could say generate product test product with these steps. And then I want to use emojis, and it should be in Portuguese. And now I generate it. It warns me that everything what is under the user story 7 will be removed, but I will just confirm that I don't care, and soon we should get the result. Let's see how long does it take. So this is the 7th idea how AI agents could help you, so you can get the generated tests. And you can see the test is written in Portuguese. Unfortunately, I don't know Portuguese, but hopefully it's correct. And each and every step has some emoji there. If I go into, I don't know, standard one, there are no emojis. There are these icons, but these are the tools. But if I go my demo to Portuguese, then I'm getting next to the tools, the emojis based on the prompt. So if you have any specification or anything like I need to run 3 various tests, I can even do it with something like generate 3 tests, no product in cart, 2 products in cart, and I don't know, 2 items, same product in cart. And then I can run it again, and I can get 3 different tests. So with this, you can speed up your test authoring, and then you can straight away run them using agent. You don't need to automate anything. So this was the 7th kind of exercise. I would like to let you try how you could use AI agents to speed up your testing process. And with that, if you followed me and if you tried this and it worked for you, then I would like to congrats to you, because you set up at least first AI agent for testing from scratch. Probably I lost you on the 3rd or 4th exercise, but I decided that I don't want to make it super slow and boring. So I'm just trying to go through that ideas very quickly, so you can replay them later if you find them useful and interesting. Your agent was able to understand the app. If you followed me, we generate the Playwright test just by clicking on button to execute the test. You could see how this could be run even without scripting, and the maintenance could be done by just rerunning the agent, because that could just follow the natural language. Of course, it is important to provide the correct context, how the app should work. And some people, maybe I will just stop here for a while. Some people complain about AI that it hallucinates. But it's often like senior tester who is proactive and trying to figure out how the app works. So sometimes it's trying to just suggest something, how to work with the app or how to test it based on the general knowledge or the knowledge or the context we provided. So if you want to make that testing better, the big task for us in this AI era is to figure out what data are relevant to provide to the agent to run it properly. So that's maybe something maintenance related. It could maintain your test, but it still needs your guidance, or at least some provisioning of context, and then you can get the results. I hope you like the initial vibe testing idea. I'm not sure whether this is something what you prefer to do. I believe that's good for the demo purposes. And then the big question is how we could make it, or to make it work in more scalable and complex environments. For that, we have some other approaches. So if you are interested into this topic, let me know, and I can share much more, not only this kind of very quick start. And with that, I would like to thank you that you join us today. I have a few more slides, but that's about the opportunities for you, how and what you could do next. So I believe one big next opportunity for you is to join our bootcamp, because this was just very tiny like taste, and you can build and test and scale the automation in this kind of modern way. So if you want to go deeper, join our bootcamp. And let me maybe share very quickly with you what does it mean or how it works. The bootcamp itself will last 2 weeks, and there we will set up your app, or we will test your app. We will generate some first test, and we will run first AI tests using other agents in your app, so you can try and experiment how this could be helpful for you. We will then improve and bring it closer to your CI/CD pipeline, or you can use ours to see how it works. So I believe for some of you, this might be also pretty interesting and learning and a nice learning exercise. We will also deal with some maintenance challenges, and I'll show you how this could be handled using Wopee. You will have a ton of opportunities to prototype with us various ideas and talk directly to me and discuss and brainstorm how this could be done. And at the end, if you would be interested to bring this to your boss or colleague, we can help you to build some ROI or return of investment case, so you can then justify on your side whether this is something for you. I think this is a very valuable 2 weeks time you can spend on. I believe this could be useful if you spend at least 2 hours, maybe 3 hours per week. Of course, you can spend more. All the session will be asynchronous, so I will send you pre-recorded video, and the only sessions where we need to align our calendars are one-to-one sessions with the attendees, where I'm discussing their specific questions and challenges. But otherwise, everything will be asynchronous, so you can run it whenever you prefer and whenever you have time, and you can talk to me directly only if you wish. If you don't, we will just deliver recorded videos with some instructions. So there will be a few emails through this 2 weeks sprint or 2 weeks bootcamp, which we organize. So maybe just very quickly, what else could be there? It's more technical, so I will just go through very quickly through that. As I said, you will deal with CI/CD pipelines. We will also generate tests not only from prompt and URL, but we will go deeper. You could also test or start testing from mockups or Figma files, or you can generate the tests already from your existing test cases if you have any, or you can import your tests and run them directly from Wopee. Or there are actually multiple options how to do that. It's not about this simple prompt and URL, as I show you at the very early step of the demo. And apart from that, we will also discuss how to work with the test data, how to deal with the credentials or environment variables, and maybe 25 more different exercises. So how you could join this bootcamp if you would be interested. In order to join us, you need to have a paid plan. And actually, to make it super simple, I decided that I will give you a premium plan, which cost 179 just for 19 euros. And you can keep the plan for next 3 months if you want to play with it. So you will get the premium plan for 19 per month, and you can keep it for next 3 months. If you keep it longer, I will be really happy, but then the price will go up to 179. And if you do that, we will give you this bootcamp for free. Typically, we charge 300 to 400 euros, and you can cancel whenever you want. So if you want to just spend 19 euros on this and learn a lot of new stuff and experiment with AI testing and AI agents, then just go for the 19 euros. But if you want to spend some more time, or you don't want to make it kind of aggressive in 4 weeks or 1 month, and you want to spend 3 months, stay for 3 months, and do it in this way, and maybe you will find out that it's so super useful that you want to bring it to your team and colleagues. And in that case, let's discuss what are the other options. So this is about the bootcamp. If you are interested, I'm happy to have you there. But let's move on to the next few topics I prepared for today. One of the thing here, I prepared some kind of 3 common mistakes to avoid. People often expect that this will replace entire team or testing activities. And I have to admit, this is not the approach to replace. This is the approach to accelerate our teams in testing. So if you want to build your testing or make your testing quicker or expand the coverage, this is great opportunity to consider the tool, but it's not to replace your entire testing team or testing activities. At least not now. I don't know how the AI will develop, but whether with us or with someone else, if someone is telling you that the testing team could be replaced by AI, I think this is a sales pitch rather than anything else. Then, as I said, crawling is a nice demo, but it's super important to bring and prepare your context. Some people are failing because of incorrect expectation. They feel like any tool with AI label could solve anything without any effort involved, but that's not true. In order to make the testing work with our AI agent, it's important to bring your own context. So if you have functional specification, user stories, some schemas or some architecture diagrams, all these data are important and super useful to make the AI agent work better. So I just want to make sure that I do not set some incorrect expectation or failing expectations. It's important that you spend some effort to bring the proper data in to make the quality test cases and then also quality reports from the test execution. Then this is pretty, I would say, controversial topic. Some people are always saying, yeah, but AI is hallucinating and unstable and slow and always give us different results. And they are right. But one thing is related to the context. So we need to provide a proper context. But the second is that we need to, how to say that, cleverly handle or balance between using LLM when it has its power and using the traditional approach where we need to have it quicker or more stable or more predictable. So we often use LLM just for creating and maintaining the tests. Then the human in the loop, as we would say, need to be there to validate that it's correct. And for the execution, we still use simple Playwright code, which is super quick. It's perfect for the test execution, but it's pretty tedious task to maintain it and also create these tests. That's why we are using LLMs there. So let me move on to the next topics. And actually, these are the topics we will discuss during the bootcamp. So if you are interested or you wanna go deeper, just join us and we can go into more heavier or detailed discussions there. So whether you would start with us or with someone else, I would like to recommend you that you should spend some time on this topic because that's coming into the testing, and I believe AI augmentation and AI agents in software testing is the new big thing. So my suggestion would be that you should start some first trials, explore the ideas, and I believe we shouldn't wait until it will be perfect. If I would wait for the test automation to be perfect, I wouldn't start in 2004 as one of my, or I actually maybe it was 2005. And I see that some teams still struggling with test automation, but it's not one or overnight success. You need to start investing in small and then keep adding and building on top of it. So my suggestion would be start now, don't wait, and the benefits will come. Maybe not, as I said, overnight, but I believe it requires certain time to build that that new type of approach into your daily workflows. So maybe just very quickly, if you want to join us, activate your premium plan, and we can meet again in upcoming days. Actually, the bootcamp starts on 22nd of September, so it's in a few weeks, 2 weeks, I think. And with that, I would like to wish you happy testing, and hopefully you enjoy this new era of AI as we do, and have a fun, and see you maybe soon. So thank you very much, and I will now go through the questions from the chat and reply there. Thank you very much, and see you soon.